Hey y'all, it's Tyler from O.T.R.Outdoors. Doing another split wood fire today. We're going to use a Sassafras. If you watched my previous video on making a buck saw, it's the same piece we cut with the buck saw. Alright y'all, like I was saying a while ago, we used the same piece of Sassafras I had the other day, but the problem is this thing is a little too big for my knife. So this is off of the piece that I cut the other night. I'm just going to make a wedge real quick. It's actually pretty much wedge shaped to begin with. That's why I grabbed it. I got another one here. Should be pretty good as well. And I'm going to drive them in using a baton and see if I can't get this big check that's in this piece to split in half and give me something a little bit more manageable to work with here. There we go. Now, get something a bit more manageable to try and work with here. This sassafras is hard stuff, but you want to look at your wood, find the checks, and follow those checks. That's going to help you a lot. I'm actually going to use this other piece of sassafras because it's got a little more heft to it. I can hear it wanting to split. There we go. That is some solid stuff. Take a piece off of this one real quick, and then I'll keep using it for baton for those other two, and then I'll switch back over, use my other baton. Just round this out a little bit so it's easier to hold on to. That gives me a decent handle there. And this one, I'll do the same thing with it here. This stuff is hard, as you can tell. This one seems like it's splitting a little bit easier. So I'm just going to finish processing this down, and then I'll bring you back once we're ready. Alright y'all, so that took some serious doing to get through this thing. So all I'm doing now is going through and making my smaller pieces, getting my pencil lead size stuff, or my smaller than pencil stuff. So I'm going to finish getting this done. Like I said, I'm working on the small stuff now, and then we'll be done. And then I gotta get some shavings. I'll bring you back when I get my shavings done, when I start to do shavings. So, back at it. Alright y'all, so what I'm going to do is get some curls going hopefully. This wood is super dense, I don't know how well it's going to work. But we're going to get some anyways. We're going to use Fatwood tonight to get our fire started as far as our initial ignition source. We're going to get some Fatwood processed down as well. Grab a piece right here. We'll get it processed down here in a minute as well. But right now we're going to get some curls going. Same thing as yesterday. Find you a good edge. You want to rotate back and forth. Keep knocking that edge off. I'm just going to get some more curls knocked out. And then I'll bring you back when we process our Fatwood. Alright y'all, so I've got my piece of Fatwood here. And I've already made some shavings with it. I've got some good, really dense resinous pieces right here in the middle that I've exposed from shaving. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back of my knife and just work it up and down. And the majority of that material that I'm scraping will collect either on my knife or right above at the top of where I'm scraping to. Basically where I stop my scraping in the upward motion is where a lot of it's going to collect. And a lot of it's going to collect on the blade itself. You'll get some that'll fall off that you can pick up. But you want about a quarter size piece of this super fine stuff. You can light the curls with your ferro rod. This just makes it a little bit easier getting some of these shavings on there. So I'm gonna get a little bit more of this and then we'll get our fire started. All right, y'all. So I moved over to where I've got my daughter's little camp set up. If you watched my previous videos, built her a little fire reflector and a shelter and a couple other things. So what I do when I'm using Fatwood as my initial tinder is I'll take, see if you want to see that. I'll take and put it on a leaf, and all I've got is that really, really fine stuff I was talking about, and then a couple of really good shavings that are really fine small shavings on the outside of it. That way if I need to, I can adjust that leaf to where I'm comfortable to get my ferro rod right there on top of it, and then I can move it right to the center of where I'm going to work to get my fire going from there. So let me get y'all turned around. I'll show you my prep real quick, and then we'll get started. All right, so here's my prep. I got my medium stuff, my big stuff, my small stuff, and all this stuff is a variety of big, small, and medium stuff that just happened to check off as I was going. So they're all smaller pieces. They're not big, long pieces. And then I've got a big handful of curls, and I have a couple extra. I have some more Fatwood curls, and then I have that other piece of Fatwood that if I need something else, I can grab it and shave some more off of it and get it. All right, so I'm just going to use my pocket knife. There we go. I can move this over here. Oh, if I don't drop it everywhere, I can move it. I've just got a piece of Fatwood, one of those pieces of shavings. And some more shavings, and I got a brace sitting here. And I grabbed a handful of dirt somehow. And this is why you have more prep than what you need, because somehow when I grabbed that, I grabbed a handful of roots that had dirt on it and dropped it right in the middle of my fire. So, I'm going to grab our other really small pieces of Fatwood we had sitting there for our extra, in case something like that happened. Make a couple of really quick shavings, or scrapings rather. Set that right in the middle. Set these over here on the mat where I know I'm not going to grab a handful of dirt when I go to put them on there. We'll do it again. That's why you have that extra prep, for that reason. And here my daughter, my wife just got home. I just grabbed a handful of this small stuff. I'm gonna be a little bit more gentle with this stuff because, like I said earlier, it seemed like it had a little bit of dampness in it. I'm gonna make sure I give it lots of airflow. Grab some of our medium stuff. And put some of these bigger pieces on there, especially if they're damp, let them start drying out. And just let it do its thing. Alright, so we're almost to the top of the fire reflector now. Hang on a second, y'all. Alright, so I added a little more fuel. My wife was listening, wondering where I was at. I guess they brought dinner home with them. So I give this a minute, let it get going. As you can see, I still have plenty of prep left. I've still got a big handful of small stuff, pretty good amount of medium stuff, and a nice handful of bigger stuff. Plus I still have all this sorted stuff that broke off. Big handful of shavings still, and then I still have 4 or 5 pieces of my Fatwood shavings as well. And then I still have that whole stick sitting there that I can real quick make a couple of scrapings off of, just like I did previously. So there we go. Now we're getting to the top of the fire reflector. I'll walk over there real quick and set this down, show you how tall the fire reflector is. So this fire reflector, this is my knee here. My knee hits the top of this second to last, this second from the top post. So all the way at the top of this post, the top of this fire reflector is above my knee. So there you go. We're going well above the fire reflector now. And we still have everything we need, just like what happened the first time I tried to start this fire. If for some reason this tried to go out, I have plenty of wood to start from the beginning and get started again with no problems. Alright y'all, so that's going to do it for this one. I got the sun blinding me here. That is a split wood fire using Sassafras for the main fuel and your kindling, and then using Fatwood as your tinder. Just making a few curls with it, or feathers, whatever you want to call it, and then doing some scrapings with it. Remember, there's always a storm coming. Keep your powder dry, your axe, your knife sharp, and on your back trail. We'll see y'all next time.